Being done with the eye, the next sensory organ that we are going to study is human ear. When we say human ear, we are to deal with hearing. That is, you can hear me, that is because of the ear which is present. Two ears we have that are present in the sides of the temporal part, we can say, of our skull. Now these ears are very important for two functions. First is hearing, and the second one you will be surprised to know, and if you know it earlier, that's good. First one is hearing and the second one is maintaining equilibrium. Now when I say maintaining equilibrium, that refers to maintaining the balance. Okay. Now our ear in terms of anatomy can be divided into three parts. Outermost part, this one that you have that has often been pulled, must be pulled by some teacher or some cousin or parents as a matter of punishment. That part is the external ear. Now that part has a pinna. Most of the females, they get it boring of pinna is done by men and women both, and that is ornamental role it is having. Apart from that, it is arranged in such a shape so that maximum of the vibrations and wavelengths which are coming, sound waves which are coming, they could be trapped and sent to the opening that is present, that opens their aperture in the ear, that is responsible for the ear canal to open up. Okay, so there is an aperture in your ear that has its opening. It is the opening to the ear canal. Ear canal till the tympanum. Tympanum is the membrane on which the waves would go and strike and create a vibration. We would see that in the mechanism of hearing, but for now this much part till tympanum, that much part is the external ear. So what we have is, there is outer ear which appears in the temporal region. There is the ear canal, otherwise known as external auditory meatus. You need to remember this name, external auditory meatus, and there is tympanic membrane or the eardrum that we have. Often we say that if the sound is very loud, my eardrum would burst, or you're going to get pores into my eardrums. That is, this tympanum is being referred. Coming to the middle ear, from this tympanum to the two windows as we call it, round window and oval window. Middle ear includes, the three parts of the ear are external ear. Okay, we saw what is there in external ear. In the middle ear we have three smallest bones, okay, which are responsible for increasing the vibrations. Okay, whatever vibration would come on the tympanum, these three bones, malleus, incus and stapes, three bones are present. They would be responsible, malleus, incus and stapes, three bones, ear ossicles otherwise known as. So we say that characteristic of middle ear is ear ossicles, which join to the innermost ear, that is the inner ear, by a round window and oval window. Okay, that is the joining of these bones with the internal ear. And you have to keep in mind that this part, middle ear, is in continuation with the Eustachian tube which goes into our thorax basically. Okay, that is the part. It goes into the pharynx rather, that is the exact word, not thorax. It goes into the pharynx. That's why whenever you put ear drops, you might get that taste which is coming to your throat. That is the Eustachian tube. It is in our pharynx, and it is responsible for taking up any sort of extra shock that comes over the tympanum. So it goes over there. Okay, next is the internal ear. Internal ear is responsible for these two functions, okay, hearing and maintaining equilibrium. When I say, I'm saying about hearing function, that is cochlear part, cochlea, this part. Okay, this cochlea appears like a shell of snail. Those of you who have seen a snail, they must have seen that snail is something like this. It is having we talk about it in gastropods. This is the shell of the snail. It's like that. And same is in the case of cochlea, that is the inner ear which is responsible for hearing. Okay, and then we have this vestibular apparatus. Equilibrium is maintained by vestibular apparatus, which is being referred to in this diagram as organ of balance. Okay. So these two parts of the inner ear are responsible for the functions. In hearing is taken care by cochlea, while maintaining the balance in the body is being taken care by the vestibular apparatus. So this is all about the ear anatomy, and we do see that there is a supply of nerves to the cochlear part for the auditory system of the brain. So this is about the ear anatomy. Now let us see, we need not to get into detail of the external ear anatomy. Let us see what middle ear is all about. You know that there is tympanum, there is ear canal. We are going to move further to the middle ear bones. You can see over here. See, I had mentioned the term round window and the oval window. Now what you see over here is that there are three bones which are present. Okay, this is the eardrum. This hammer, that is malleus, it joins with the eardrum, then comes the incus, and then comes the stapes. The stapes is in continuation with the internal ear and it joins at the oval window. It joins at the oval window, and we have cochlea, and at this point we have the round window which is going to take the vibration from here itself, and it is in continuation with cochlea. We have the eardrum, we have the auditory canal. I guess it is quite clear by now how the bones would be arranged. Malleus, incus and stapes. This last one is the one which joins with the internal ear at the point known as oval window. Now moving further, there is the auditory nerve which has supply to the cochlear part as well as the vestibular part, and we have the vestibular part that we have over here. This is the one which is responsible for the balance maintaining basically. These are the nerves. These are the vestibular ganglions which come, vestibular nerve comes and joins at the points where we have utricle and saccule, 2 points. This forms the vestibule basically. And you see in the vestibular apparatus we have two parts that are to be remembered. One is semicircular canals, 3 semicircular canals, and the arrangement is such, like supposedly this is one semicircular canal, other would be like this, and third one would be like this. Like you draw the three, when we draw this 3-dimensional presentation, it is like this. Same would be the arrangement in the 3 axis, as you can make it out. The semicircular canals are arranged in such pattern. See, this is the anterior canal, then we have a horizontal canal, and then we have a posterior canal present over here. 3 canals, and they come and join to the vestibule. Alright, vestibule is the part where all these semicircular canals in a lump known as ampulla, they would come with this part. This swelling sort of thing is known as ampulla. They come and join with the vestibule from this ampulla, and it is having utricle and saccule present in it, which have hair inside it. Okay, the hair are responsible for maintaining the balance. So the balance maintaining part is this vestibular apparatus, which is in connection with the cochlea of course, and it is in connection with the vestibular nerve for maintaining the balance. So this is all about the ears anatomy. We study about cochlea in terms of mechanism of hearing, because cochlea is responsible for making us hear things, so it's better we study the structure and the things involved in cochlea, what cochlea is basically made up of, what would be present inside cochlea if we study the mechanism of hearing. And before we move to mechanism of hearing, I would like to introduce to you 2 more terms. One is endolymph and other is perilymph. Now what is this? This is a fluid which fills the ear. Okay, how does it fill the ear? What is it, the difference between endolymph and perilymph? How it resembles, what it resembles basically, what sort of fluid it is? First thing, it is somewhat like CSF, cerebrospinal fluid. It is somewhat like that, and it is present inside the ear. Such is the arrangement. If it is located inside the membranes, it would be endolymph, and if it is outside, it would be perilymph. We are going to study about that in the mechanism of hearing.